Hey guys, welcome back. DripCoach here with Drip and Farm for Poverty, where we don't trust and we verify and operate with integrity and transparency. Let's dive in. So in this video, we got the Bitcoin bull himself, Michael Saylor, Mr. Orange Pill. And he mentioned something in here that I did not think about, and this kind of piggybacks off of the previous video I talked about getting into an asset with guaranteed price appreciation, and then what a good amount of degen yield actually is. And I want to play this clip for you because this is coming from him. This guy is very intelligent. He spits out a lot of numbers and facts, and you just kind of take it at face value, but he's not just tongue-in-cheek making stuff up. He actually runs the numbers and has the information. So I'm gonna play this clip and then show you the data on this as well.
The best idea, if you want to make 10x your money, is you buy something that everybody in the world needs, nobody in the world can stop, and almost nobody understands.
Perfect.
Okay, so in 2010, that was Amazon, or that was Apple, or that was Facebook or Google. These are all dominant digital networks that everybody in the world needed that nobody could stop. But if you'd ask the typical mainstream investor, is this a good investment? They would all say, oh, it's very scary, it's overvalued, Amazon doesn't make money, you know, mobile phones used to cost $50. You know, it's like Apple's going to sell an iPhone for $600. They said it's too expensive. The iPhone $600 is too expensive. Nokia will sell me one for $30. They said Apple's going to go to $30. And of course, what happened is Apple went to $1,500. Yes. And so the conventional wisdom was against these big tech companies. The best idea, if you want to make 10x.
So 3 things, real simple. It sounds simple, but you got to really think about that. And then he talks about basically Metcalfe's law and adoption and the network effects. But you need something that everyone in the world needs. Nobody in the world can stop, and almost nobody understands. 10 years ago, that was Amazon and Apple. Today, it is Bitcoin. So I was like, 10x your money. So that's basically 100% every year, you know, for 10 years. And I showed you guys in the previous video how the average for the top 20 was right at like 109% yield. So that is definitely possible, and that would be a great portfolio. So let's take a look at this one in particular. Said Apple. This one is Apple versus Microsoft, not that one. Let's go here first. So this one is if you've invested $10,000 in Amazon 10 years ago today. So this was as April 25th, 2024. So not but a week ago and some change. So as a result of an investment of $10,000 a decade ago would be worth over $107,000. That is clearly a 10x and some change, right? Now, of course, not everybody's going to have 10,000, but you could have done 1,000 and then had a $10,000 dividend. So yes, exactly what he said. That took place in 10 years. And then the same thing. This is 100K. Let's look at this one. This is comparing Microsoft and Apple. So Apple performed. Their stock closed on March 5th, so just over 10 years ago, or just over 10 years ago at $16. And then on March 5th, 10 years later, it's 170. Simple math tells you 10x times 160 is 167, sorry, and that's 170, right? Microsoft was a little bit higher with a 12x return. So these are, now there's, I guess, some luck involved with these, or basically there's some level of understanding network adoption effects and all this other stuff. And like Michael mentioned, these kind of 3 pieces, and then you could bet on these. And that's what what's his name, Warren Buffett was good at, is identifying these gaps. So that leads us right back to this thesis. Today it's Bitcoin. So yes, even though Bitcoin may cost you $67,000, $60,000 at today's prices, and you may have been able to years ago buy Apple at $16 and Microsoft at $32, and you're like, well, at least you could have had multiple individual stocks, whole valuations of stock for these companies, and you're looking at, oh, I can only buy fractions of Bitcoin. That's still the same opportunity. That's what you really need to see. And most of these people, if not all, believe that BTC will indeed be hitting a $1 million market cap. And let me play a clip from Max Kaiser on that.
So how big is the global market? It's like $400 trillion. Well, what if Bitcoin gets 1% of that market? Well, then it's $1 million, $2 million, $3 million. And I think a couple of things we're going to see happening. Number one, people will no longer accept fiat money for Bitcoin. So you're going to try to buy Bitcoin with your fiat money and no one will take your fiat money. No one will take dollars at all. So that will be a moment of panic. You have no choice because the fiat money world and everything that's not Bitcoin is going to zero against Bitcoin. So if you're not in Bitcoin, whatever it is you're in is going to zero against Bitcoin. If you buy Bitcoin today, in 5 years' time, your purchasing power against everything else, fiat money, gold, property, will be considerably better. So just look 5 years down the road.
Bitcoin max.
So again, the same thing. He's saying 5 years when we're using this 10-year litmus test. So I know, again, everybody wants 10 minutes, 10 days to get rich. But like I mentioned in another video, you can get wrecked quick, or you can try to get rich quick and get wrecked quicker. Or you can look at something and evaluate it against what has historically worked. Stocks, ETFs, you know, the S&P 500, all these things, and then find that emerging asset in a new nascent industry or market, such as Bitcoin. And to me, that is the safest thing. Again, I am not discrediting any of the fun YOLO, degen, meme type stuff. But if you have to lock up your assets, if you have to constantly check in to make sure something's working, or worrying about the devs putting out a bullish tweet or a community being bullish about it, then I think that's just destined to go to zero, kind of like Max Kaiser said. You can get lucky. I am not doubting that at all. But I'm tired of trying to look for luck and get rich quick and get wrecked quicker. So instead, I'd much rather take this route with these people that have clearly walked the path, made the millions and hundreds of millions. In Max Kaiser's case, he's Wall Street. Forgot what he used to do, but like, I think his net worth's like 150 million or something crazy like that. And Michael Saylor's MicroStrategy company is now like number 332 in the S&P 500, ranked at like 24 billion. So these guys are not coming out here just, you know, making random statements like some idiots on YouTube that we've seen, myself included, and they're talking about this meme token's going to the moon. These are people that have made the money, know how to make calculated decisions. And remember, making money is one thing, but keeping it for decades is a whole nother story. So why are we not leveraging the smarter people in the space and following in their footsteps? And of course, since you're younger, the majority of the viewers here, you can still take some calculated risk. You're still allowed to gamble. Like if you're in your 20s, you know, you can afford to go to zero. You know, of course, these guys in their 60s and plus, they're looking to take less risk naturally. But what's wrong with 100% a year? Why do we need 10,000%, 50,000%? So would you rather have a guarantee of a 10x over the next 10 years, or a guarantee of going to zero, 99% chance of going to zero, and 1% chance of getting a 10,000x? Like, you decide which is much more feasible, I guess. I personally will be definitely doubling down and looking at the BTC side, because I think that is the safest bet. So that being said, join the Drip to BTC platform, and the only one that I've seen that does not have any kind of referral reward bonuses. There's no bonus to shill this to anyone. There's nothing that you get or I get personally. Every single person comes in here equally, and the only difference of this platform is that it's just like a centralized exchange that generates fees, or a DEX that generates fees. Those fees do indeed go to me, so a portion of those fees, I should say. So last month I showed you guys the platform itself brought in about $60,000, and of that 60,000, about 600 I was able to collect. So that is the only fees, or, you know, whatever you want to call it, payment for the platform, versus what all other platforms try to do, where the devs are walking away with much more of that, and or benefiting from the shill of the platform and referral rewards. So this is just straight BTC in, BTC out. So we all benefit from the Michael Saylors, the Larry Finks, the Mike Kaisers, the Raoul Powells. All of them are out there actually pumping your bags. You don't have to find an influencer to do marketing. Every time a new ETF is launched, or the new Hong Kong exchange gets in on this, or whatever, those people are pumping your bags. Think about that. Instead of some random degenerate YouTuber out there trying to shill some crap coin to his community, you have the Michael Saylors, Max Kaisers, Raoul Powell's, Kathy Woods, all these people shilling your bags. Which do you think is more sustainable? Let that sink in. So anyway, come out here, check this out. Start with something small. I got the poor man's wallet equivalent strategy, what Mystify did, going on the other wallet I just created the other day. We'll check back in on that about day 7, day 14, whenever it finally trickles out. And this is the one that's more of a longer term strategy where I kind of been buying more credits every day, but you really can't beat this. And maybe as of the time you see this video, you're looking at 5% down here, but still remember that's in BTC. The name of the game is to accumulate more of this, to drop zeros, leading zeros off of this, and get to that elite 1% or a fraction of a percent of the entire globe that will be considered a whole coiner. So if you believe, like I believe, and like Mike Kaiser believes, and Raoul Powell believes, that this will be $1 million in 10 years, well, there will be very few people that own one whole Bitcoin at $1 million. So you're getting in, even though it's expensive now, at a great opportunity, because it's much less risky now at 60K or whatever it actually is, 59K, than it was when it was $5. Because look at the players that are in it now, and look at the stability of the network, the decentralization of the network, the number of blocks that have been added to it. So yeah, it sucks that it's more expensive, but it's much more robust and secure. And now, literally going back to this again, nobody in the world can stop it. It could have been stopped before when the blockchain wars took place and things could have been rolled back and changed. But at this stage now, it is literally unstoppable, especially as nation states adopt it, and sovereign wealth funds and things of that nature. So check it out. Let me know what you guys think. If you haven't got into the platform yet, start with something small, jump into it and see how it goes. All right, that's all I got for this video. Smash that HBO special, help a brother out, like, subscribe, comment down below, and until next time, lift daily and achieve your impossible. See ya.
Want to pay your in real life bills with crypto? How about send crypto directly to anyone with a bank account? SPRITZ Finance is a decentralized solution to be your own bank and connect your crypto earnings to real-world bills and payments. They do not take custody of your assets and allow support on multiple blockchains and Web3 wallets. Sign up below using my referral link and you will get $50 back when you make your first $50 bill payment with crypto. Additionally, I will be using referral bonuses to airdrop, donate, or burn based on community feedback. Sign up now.